Well, it's finally here. We've been waiting for 3 months to reopen, and we're finally opening up restaurants, opening up stores, and we're reopening our studios for the first time since the coronavirus. So we've got lots and lots going on and lots to tell you about today. So let's get to it. Hi, I'm John, and this is Bogdan. In 2015, we gave up our day jobs and started our own freelance creative business. Join us on our journey as we figure out how to earn a living as artists, introduce you to those we meet, and share what we learn along the way. Okay, so we probably need to talk a little bit about what's going on. We are getting ready for the new exhibition at Silver Street. It's the first exhibition since this whole COVID fiasco. So
I'm sorry guys, we are driving on Texas roads right now and it's very bright and I have to keep my sunglasses on because otherwise it will absolutely blind me.
So he's not just doing it for effect, though he probably is doing it for some effect. So yeah, we've got this big exhibition started. It's a group exhibition at Silver Street Studios, where we have our studios.
And you want to say how it's called? It's #NewReality.
So we have got the show up. Yesterday they got up the tags. And in an attempt to become very modern, we're going to have a virtual face to this exhibition, and they've asked Bogdan to do the video for that kind of virtual interface. We're doing interviews today with Maria Chavez, who is the curator of the exhibit, and also with Valentina Atkinson, with Deborah Ellington, and with Lynn Ennis, all of whom were working on the committee to do this exhibition, to curate it. So great, yeah, we're gonna be getting that, and then obviously then we're gonna have to kind of flood social media with the access to this. The actual opening is in a couple of days for anybody who wants to come in to the studios, and then the video will be ready for those who want to just visit virtually. My real question is, do we know how this is going to work? Are people going to be ready to view this virtually?
So I have seen several examples of how other galleries approach these online views. So some of them have videos, some of them have these 3D shows, like it's exactly the same, it works exactly the same like you're looking on Google Earth. You just zoom in and zoom out on several walls and see the pictures. I don't really particularly like that one.
I'm the same way. I don't like them either.
I want you to... I don't know why, because I have a television background. I need something more entertaining. I want somebody to talk with me while I'm viewing these pieces of art. I want a little music to put me in the mood. How do you see it?
Yeah,
What's your favorite one?
You've been using these in real estate as well, and I've never been able to get the sense of how I'm moving through this virtual space. I'm more interested in how I'm moving than what I'm seeing. I don't like it. And with the beauty with the video is you can just pause it, because we'll put the name of the artist and the title and all of that information from the tag.
Yeah. And this isn't actually a fast tempo video. It's a slow down video, so everybody has time to connect with a piece of art.
And hopefully what this will do is give people a real sense of being there and getting all the information they need without just getting lost in the technology. So I think we'll see how it goes, but I feel comfortable that it will be a good experience. So that'll go on. Then I need to get into all the newspapers, all the local kind of calendar listings. I've been hesitant to do that yet because I was waiting for the video to be ready. I don't want to launch it and then people not be able to go there. So anyway, all those things are happening. It's pretty exciting. It'll be a busy day. Well, we're having a pretty good week so far. Actually, it's been a pretty terrible week, if I must be frank. Dad is on hospice and not doing well at all. So we know we're going to have some transition here soon. So that's kind of discouraging. Mom has now been talking to some home health care, trying to get some support for her through all of this and after. And so that's never fun. But they're lovely people and they're wonderful services. So I've been very impressed just in the week or so that we've been involved. But on the business front, we're about to open up again. We have our reopening on Saturday, and we will be opening for the first time since the coronavirus. Nobody knows really what to expect. There are people who are saying that they're going to require people to wear masks. Well, what are you going to do when they say no? You're going to throw them out? You're going to close your doors? I know there are a couple of people that I know who are high risk, including myself. I have diabetes, and I'm fat, and I'm old. But some people who have pre-existing conditions and are at high risk, who are just not going to open. They're either going to get their kids or relatives or some college kids who are expendable, let them come get sick. No, they're just opting not to open at all. So we're not sure what to expect. I know that we have been very, very fortunate. Somehow we're still surviving financially, though this has been quite dramatic for us. So we've got a lot going on. We're trying to get the new studio ready. And of course, I've had to stay home between Dad and Mom and their healthcare needs. So I haven't been a lot of help. Bogdan had a real estate shoot today, and that's not a lot of money, but it's really kind of great money because it's easy. It's an easy job, and you don't have people there because it's a model home, not an active home listing. But these are. We work for a builder and do photography of their model homes. And that's always a little bit nicer than dealing with people who have dogs and babies and whose houses are a wreck because they're in the midst of moving. So we are trying to get the new studio ready, and of course that is a lot of work. We're trying to not spend a lot of money because obviously there's so many expenses right now, but there's certain expenses you have to have in order to open up. We really wanted this to be kind of a showplace and more like a gallery than a studio. And the problem is you have to have nice things in a gallery. It's got to look nice. It's got to inspire people that you're a serious and good artist, and first impressions mean a lot. So that's going on, and we'll be ready somehow. I don't know how we're going to be ready, frankly, but I've started to hang art. It's coming along, but I have not been able to go in, but maybe 2 days in a week that we've actually had the keys. And Bogdan has been doing other things, which are great because they generate income. But it's rocky days, but exciting. A lot going on. Okay, it's now open day. My first day in the studio. We just moved in, got some stuff hung up this morning, and we're opening the doors now for our second Saturday, our first second Saturday here in the studio. So wish us luck. I got things up just so that they weren't just on the floor. And we're now open. Had a couple of people through. People are lovely, wearing masks, and no real throngs of people yet, but it's still fairly early. They may come later in the day. They may not come at all. Just yesterday, they said that we had we're at the worst place in the coronavirus yet. And I saw advertisements this morning saying, people are saying don't come to Houston, and if you do, you have to quarantine afterwards. So we're not sure this is the best day to be open, but we're here. And that's the fear. We are so completely dependent upon things that are out of our control, and that's difficult. Something, a skill that I need to learn more. There's a lot of people, a lot of artists are here, and we're ready. We haven't been open for about 3 months, and fingers crossed that everybody stays healthy and gets wealthy. That's all I ask, healthy and wealthy. So we're particularly excited about this studio because it has a door to the outside, which will allow us, we hope, to be able to have things after hours, to have special soirees, invite VIP guests in and have a little happy hour, have some hors d'oeuvres, do a little show of a particular series, and maybe hold some classes. Having this door to the outside allows me to invite people specifically to this studio no matter the time. And that has to be a good thing. We have the other studio as well, and we tried to have like a meetup before, and people could never get in the building after 6 o'clock. And they would get lost in the hallways, they'd be at one end of the building, and that's really far away when I have to leave the group and run down to the other end of the building to try and get them in. So this should be a big boon for us. It's an expense that we hadn't really planned on, and of course we haven't been doing so hot in the last 3 months. But I'm really hoping that this will give us some opportunity that we haven't had before. It's also nice to have some natural light. The colors, I noticed just in putting some of the paintings up that were over at the other studio, they look completely different in here because they have natural light. So that's a bit of a surprise. I should have known, but it never really occurred to me because I didn't have the option before. So yeah, that's what's going on. It's kind of got a lull. We have had people through. I made a sale today. One of my series on paper that I actually framed and put into the exhibition today. Somebody passed by it twice and said, I love it. And I still had 6 others in that series, and she chose one of those and sold that today. Other than that, we've been fairly steady, not a lot of sales. I do see people walking out with pictures. There goes a man with a painting right now. So other people are making sales, that's good. And it hasn't been too crowded, so the social distancing bit seems to have been working really well today. So fingers crossed, we still got an hour to go. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you more than you know. Please let me know what you think about this week's content so that I can continue to give you the kind of video that you want to watch. Be sure to like, subscribe, hit that bell, and help us out on Patreon if you can. Have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.